Tilt down or not?
Yeah, I would tilt it down just for this first part, and then you'll have time to work on
Henry's
different parts of your script and different parts of your intro. Okay, so today we're going to look at reviewing your guys' intros, the difference between the episode intro and your actual podcast intro. We'll kind of review how to use the microphone that you guys are going to be using to record your podcasts, and how to use WeVideo, which is what you guys will use to actually record all of that stuff. So before we begin, let's try to review a little bit of WeVideo and the microphone. What do you guys remember on how to use WeVideo?
WeVideo, it has a whole music library in it. It has a whole video library in it. But you can also bring your own videos onto the WeVideo, mix them with sound, audio, to make something.
Have you guys thought about how you're going to use WeVideo specifically for
We
your podcast?
definitely want to use the audio editing thing.
Okay.
Because of how we have a lot of sound effects, stuff like that, because we're doing a story podcast.
Like the sounds you guys were spamming when I was in the classroom last time?
Yeah.
We're only using that once, but I had to show Henry.
Really?
You did
Only using it once? Yeah.
You only use it once. 25 times. It's not enough demonstration, is it?
Oh, you wouldn't remember it if you...
Not after the first 19, but maybe that 20th time. That'll really stick with you. So, like you said, WeVideo, you get to mess with the timeline and the horizontal layout where you'll drag the images, right? Which you guys won't really probably use as much because you're not going to be doing the video aspect of it. You're going to be doing the audio time.
Sound.
But like that, it says up there on those directions, right? We have the media where you can view your media before dragging it onto the timeline. Have you guys just going to use the library sounds? Have you thought about including any?
Yeah,
Maybe.
library sounds. We have we might include some other songs and
We'll
never
probably
go-
not
or-
do songs.
Songs outside of the library options?
Probably.
there is a chance
Yeah.
of doing a Rick roll in there.
He wants to record.
Now, with that, do you guys have to include citations?
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Well, the songs have royalties, so we're gonna have to look into the details of that.
Isn't
Look at
there-
how long you have to play it.
Yeah,
and
isn't
how long.
there something for like 15 seconds? You don't.
Yeah,
have
there
to.
is a rule for how long you can play certain sounds.
No,
or
no,
music.
no. But isn't
Well,
it
that's
like you
all
don't have
we
to
need.
pay for it?
Yes.
If you play it only for
Some
like 15
songs-
seconds, that's easy.
You
Yeah.
can easily find dramatic Viking theme music on YouTube.
That's
and
true.
Copy paste that doesn't have
Yeah,
royalties. and
Yeah, he
bring it
found
onto
horror
here.
movie music.
Well,
that'll be
not just
perfect
horror
for it.
movie, but
Yeah,
a whole
there's a book on
6
YouTube.
libraries of 40 songs of Viking theme music.
Nice. So it looks like we got the media down. Have you guys thought about the whole editing process of how you're gonna edit the?
I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah.
My brother says he'll let us use his microphone, which is nice. If
So
we
you're
want
gonna
to.
use
Will
that
we
microphone
go-
and this microphone
Well, if we want to, he has a good microphone
to be able to work on it outside of school.
Yes, like if Henry wants to come over to my house.
Got you, and work on it outside of that. And then we cover the tracks in the preview window. So I guess the next thing is, do you guys feel confident using that microphone and this microphone?
Yeah.
I do.
I have no
I
microphone
record
experience, but
stuff
I'll be able
with
to do
my
it.
brother and stuff like that. The microphones, his even has the foam cover to give it more.
Oh, it's
effect.
fancy.
Yeah, it's like he
Oh.
found it for like $15 though.
Oh, that's not bad. All right, let's see if we can.
There's a microphone that'll sing back to you. It's really annoying.
You do karaoke?
No, my sister. She's
It looks like a
it's like-
Pokeball.
It does a little bit, doesn't it?
Like
It
with
looks
the
like
button
an
on
evil
it.
eye from Smash Bros.
All right.
Yes, it's like a Pokeball.
So go ahead and look at it. Be careful with it. Miss Cassie, obviously being Miss Mooney's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
So
break it,
weird
you're gonna have to be
Pokemon.
the one that tells Miss Mooney that I broke your microphone, and you know she's mad or she's scary when she's mad. Now, what's probably gonna be the most important thing with using this microphone? Yep, we got the tripod.
Break it.
Don't break it. What's gonna be in the
Nothing
sense of
for
recording
recording,
though?
Sound limitation, not going overboard with the script.
Perfect. So remember when you guys are doing this, you
Separate
want it to be
parts?
clear directions on usage and stuff like that. But yes, that sound limitation is going to be huge for you guys, which you'll hopefully be in a quiet place when you're recording all of this. But even yourselves, when you're talking through your script, making sure you're not talking over one another, right? Because we don't want to have a situation where you're giggling or something's got plastic in it.
Hold on.
It's a do not.
Yeah, it's probably to protect it when it's in the carrying case.
It
limit
do
sound
that to
limitation.
Stop the battery from working.
Probably.
Doesn't waste.
Also make sure that you guys are talking clearly into it, right? Those things are pretty nice and they'll pick up a lot. But if you start talking away
Too
from it,
much
have you guys ever
and
listened to
stuff.
those podcasts where
Yeah.
they'll pull away and then you can kind of hear it, but it almost sounds like you're in the distance.
Sometimes they do that for sound effects.
Sometimes they do that on purpose, yeah, because in that way, if they're trying to like say something really loud, they don't want to blast the
One
speakers.
thing I want to work on for a podcast is making sure that we get the audio in several clips and making sure each of those are actually good quality.
Yes,
Because
that's
it's going to take a while if we want to do it in several clips. Like,
Mhm.
if our show keeps going at the rate it is, it's going to be around 20 minutes long.
Do you guys plan on clipping your
I plan
whole
on
thing, or
doing
do you
that
just want to try to go all the way through one time?
If we go all the way through and we make a mistake, but we try to add more in, that
Well,
can
you
make
can
it
cut
sound
out
weird.
the mistake and redo the part.
That's
Like,
true. You could edit it to clip it out. Sometimes, though, that's part of a podcast is also reacting in the moment, right? Like, it's okay to make mistakes, and it doesn't have to be perfect. When you guys are making your podcasts, will people make mistakes on that podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
they'll stumble over their words, or they'll accidentally say the wrong word or something. So it's okay to...
Sometimes it's funny on podcasts they do they're like, I can't pronounce that.
Sometimes riffing off of each other is important like that. Perfect. Okay, so you feel pretty good
It
with...
says this is not intended for people under 14 years of age.
Well, sorry, guys.
I'm 21.
Podcast it, and you're still in 6th grade.
Pokeball.
That's
Wow.
not a good. That's not a good.
That's tough. Still haven't figured out how to pass 6th grade. I think I'll get it this time.
Pokemon Go.
But
Your 13th try.
yes, 13th try. Good luck, buddy. We really hope for the best for it. Okay, so then tell me where you guys are at with your actual intros and scripts and stuff like that.
Henry is finishing up the intro. We are on
Someone deleted it.
we're
We're
on
on 6
page
spots.
8 out of 14. 14
Okay.
including commercial space between four
Elliot-
4 pages in between, and then
Elliot, 3
Henry's
of those
credits.
are just blank paper.
I know. So a lot of this isn't like.
We're
So
only-
we
we're
had
making one dot. We're gonna do like 6.
about 8 or 7 full pages of script, not including commercials.
Yeah. So
Hilarious.
specifically, how about you tell me with your intros? Do you guys know the difference between your podcast intro and your episode intro?
Yes.
The episode
Okay.
is introducing what you'll
We
be
did- we
doing
did our
during
episode.
the episode.
Okay.
And the podcast
I'm working
is
on the
actually
podcast.
introducing the
Intro.
podcast.
So what's your guys' where are you at with both of those?
Well, I
Henry's
just
covering
started.
that.
I just started the main.
The podcast and one. So
Yeah,
the
but all
podcast should be
episodes are
in theory should be the same every single time, right?
Yeah,
Because that's
so
what you guys have. And then your
Also,
episode.
we're also
is-
gonna do we're also gonna do an extra intro. Like what we're doing, we're gonna do sort of like a preview, like where he meets
Before the
Smirgle, all
theme,
that
like-
stuff. Then we're gonna do.
I like
an
that.
intro.
Sort of prelude.
Oh, I like that. That's a
Yeah.
really good idea to kind of give them some backstory on what you're going to be talking about.
And then we'll cue the theme music. We're gonna have this, and then
A whole bunch of memes.
we're gonna have that, and it's just gonna start with a little bit of music, and then it's gonna start into that, and then we're gonna go after that. We're gonna go into the theme music, slowly coming in, and then Henry's gonna do an introduction while it's playing.
I love this. Okay, this sounds really, really good. So tell me where you guys are at with your, what you have then for your episode, written so far.
I'll just read them.
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 1. Listen as we meet the gods Tyr, Thor, Odin, Frigg, Loki, and Uller while wearing a ski mask. Today, Smirgle is going to show us how to spy on the biggest egos in the 9 realms and try to survive. 2. Tourism with Smirgle.
Also,
Please keep your hands inside the vehicle as we begin our scenic tour of the 9
we
realms
have
where we might die.
episodes
Today we'll be riding through our 9 worlds and looking at
Espionage
amazing
with
places with the 2 of
Smirgle.
us.
Tourism with Smirgle, poaching with Smirgle.
So you guys have a lot of ideas for this then.
Yeah,
This-
we had a lot of info about
Awesome.
this.
In our third one, Poach with Smirgle, the monster hunter. Today we will discover crazy fiends of the world tree in the 9 realms, scary monster, and how good Omer meat is.
I love this so far. So then, okay, so you guys have this all written down, which is awesome because this is one of the, I don't know
We're
if Miss
going
Mooney,
for a comedy.
one, I don't know if Miss
And then
Mooney went through all this with you,
Layla's
but
being all dark and moody with brown one, and Amelia.
theirs is, yes, theirs looks pretty
We're
good.
the complete opposite of theirs. We're doing
Lighthearted
comedy, fiction, and they're doing
You know
a non-fiction, deep and dark, moody sort of podcast.
Do you know that? Have
Awesome.
you watched the Barbie movie?
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I know what you're talking
They
about.
came up
Do you
with
like
the
the
idea
Ken
for their
movie?
theme.
I'm
just
just
dead.
And it's
For
from
Amber.
the Amber standpoint.
It is.
Yeah. I'm just dead. Anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Died
Yep.
or something like that.
Nice. Okay. These are also, so I don't know if she explained this to you. You guys are actually meeting your writing standards too when you're doing this. This isn't just like ELP standards that she's going to in GSS. Like these are actual also like writing standards that we did in 5th and 6th grade as well. So you guys are actually working on it. That one's sinking too. Yeah.
It's not that bad.
So what do you have left to work on with your main podcast then? Creating your script for it?
Main podcast.
It's
yeah.
script.
We're only maybe a
Depending
fifth of the
on
way through.
how
Okay.
long it is, maybe
We're
another
planning 20,
commercial.
25 minutes.
25
20
minutes is
to
the total length of it.
25.
We're already at
20
6
at
minutes.
least
1 6
25 at most.
read it.
Because the podcast script goes pretty slowly. We had like a 4 or 5 minute recording, including intro, which wasn't that long. So like each like episode is like 3 minutes, and then there's like 6 of those. So that goes up to 18.
Is there any
plus
part you guys are stuck on with
commercials.
your intro, or is it literally just writing the script?
She's
No,
writing the
no,
script.
no.
The
You
only
have the
thing,
idea.
the
We're
only
not
thing
stuck.
the only thing
it
we're
takes a
stuck
while
with
to
is
write.
just like, well, we're definitely gonna we have to include some like actual information. We're just thinking of where to place it.
Sure.
Like
Okay.
if you just do all, then it kind of gets rid of the fun. It's just like
Uh-huh.
it's like a history session. If it's just all so far, we feel like we need to add some more though, because we've only talked
We
2,
want to
3
have
times.
history,
And it's
but
like a 7
like
page.
but also funny. But we don't want the entire thing to just be.
Funny.
You do want to have some
or-
serious
we-
aspects on
or
tone.
We
vice
don't want to
versa.
have mythology, just funny based, a comedy based off mythology. We want to have mythology that's funny.
So you do want to have some serious, knowledgeable tones within your
Yes,
podcast. How are you guys
yes.
going to do that?
We're probably going to incorporate it into the
Smurgle-
main.
How are you going to like differentiate those so that it's not comedy anymore and it's got more of that tone that's like
Well, we're
educational,
gonna like
serious?
educate it, but like our other character Smurgle is going to comment on it, or Henry is.
He's gonna be like,
and we're
"You
gonna
wanna
make-
hear a story.
It's
Is
about
that
gonna
going to
be
be
like
more in your script or your
mythology.
tone, how you say it?
It's going to be mythology, and then as it goes on, the characters will kind of warp it.
Do you guys think you'll put something in your script that says, like, at the end of the sentence, like, serious tone, or maybe even before it, so that
We
way you
have a
realize?
whole bunch of
Like-
I
like-
made a
like
whole
for
bunch of like cue music,
Oh, okay.
Sono voice, that sort of thing.
So that will give you your cue of like, okay, now this is going to be more of that knowledgeable side, and then if it's like goofier,
Yeah.
now we can be on the comedic side of things. Awesome.
We're what we're gonna do, I'm thinking, is like, since there's gonna be 6 gods, I gotta find them. Maybe exploring Squirrels, like, yeah, you heard this story. This is this story, stuff about it,
Well,
Mhm.
and story about mythology.
well,
Henry comments on it.
they're doing in the first
Stuff like
episode.
that.
They're doing espionage, so we're including sort of like Tom Cruise Mission Impossible, even in one of them part. But
Tom the Dipper.
yeah, we're making it we're making actual facts, and then as it goes on, the characters just kind of warp them.
Okay. So, okay.
Because Thor was able to fire.
Will each episode have a different tone, or will it kind of be the same thing throughout? Like, comedy, then some serious tones, comedy,
And I think we'll still do
A
sort of.
blend.
a blend of
Yeah.
them. Nice. But at no point will it be as, like, the same tone as the other group. The other groups is obviously a lot more
They're, like,
serious and
dark.
darker, and yeah, that obviously was learning about
Amber
the end.
then walked from her home
Mm-hmm.
and was soon. This is the thing. Then Amber died.
Right.
Like their family lived peacefully. Everything was going according.
Then she
Everything
died.
was so happy. Their family had a nice house, nice
problem,
yard.
except
But
for
then
one.
Amber died.
So do you know what they're relying on when they do that?
They're doing like they took this one of their main sources is this YouTube video they
Right.
were watching, which had this dark and moody like
But it's got
tone.
that shock value, right?
Yeah.
Like the,
It's
that
kinda
plot
creepy.
twist. Yeah, it's almost like that plot twist. Do you guys gonna have anything like that? Or is there really
Maybe
a chance
at
for
the
that?
end.
Ooh.
Maybe at the end.
Okay.
Like Smurgle betrays someone or something.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it sounds like you guys
Betrays
have.
Henry. And then he
And, wait,
and then he
wait.
teams up
Thor's
with
actually Thor's actually good or something.
I love
Yeah.
this.
Unseen.
So it looks like you guys have a good grasp on anything. Looks like we reviewed this pretty well. You have good. Obviously, you got your episode specific intro script done. Pretty much done. You guys need to work on your podcast intro, but that's just for writing down the
Yeah, as
script.
soon as you do that, then I think it's probably script, citing sources,
Sure.
here, there.
So then moving forward, the last thing that we really have to really finish is maybe like making sure that we nail that tone that we want to have, whether it be serious or comedy, and when that's supposed to hit.
Change.
Awesome. Sounds like a good lesson, guys. I guess we'll
We
spend
even
the rest
have
of the time
a
working.
picture of Smurgle. I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Let's say
Here
gold
we go.
black.
Here we go.
I love that. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I know. And then we're gonna
Can I
have
show
for
the
the
Smurgle?
title, we're gonna have normal letters go like conversations with,
And
and
then
then like
the
a
kid's
colon,
handwriting,
and then
so
an
it's bad.
underline, and then we're gonna do like Norse sort of handwriting.
Nice.
So like, so it looks like it's like
name,
yeah.
it has to look bad.
so like a my name is sort of thing.
Cool. This, like I said, this all sounds awesome, guys.
I don't understand why it's
I
called
think
blue.
we're-
It's black.
When we saw this like this guy, we knew
We made
it
something on
had to.
Canva, but